there's had to be different arrangements for you. How does 2021 feel so far for you?
I think we started off quite optimistic. Obviously, we felt we'd done our part for Christmas. It was tricky knowing that you'd done everything in your power to build up to a Christmas that meant you could spend it with family, and then obviously the whole country experienced that we couldn't do that. Prior to 2021, just leading into it, sort of into the new year, we were all kind of at work being like, if a child in my class gets it, even though I know I've maybe not been near them, or that's our Christmas done, like just for turning up to work. So I think when everybody was put in the same situation, there was a bit of like, okay, we're back on the balance. And 2021 kind of feels again that we've put back on the back foot of looking forwards. You're trying to do your best for the children that are in front of you. You're trying to do your best for the children that are at home. You've also got your own family to think about. So my son is looked after by grandparents, and if I start getting into the mentality of, well, if I am with these, so at the moment I've got 11, 12 children in front of me in class. I'm working closely with adults to support these vulnerable children, because these vulnerable children often come with the need of additional adult support. So I'm working closely with 3, 4 adults and 11 children regularly, and I kind of Friday hit me quite hard of like, whoa, I'm expecting grandparents. They're also they don't have a choice either.
I would have thought probably in your educational career you never thought that you were ever going to have to deal with this sort of situation.
No, and we teach about evacuation, and we teach about the sort of history of what this meant for children, and we're actually doing that topic at the moment, and a lot of reality is similar. And so that's something I never thought I would be going into, what the teachers were going through at that time, what the children were going through, and you just hope that you, being the normal face in front of them, is going to have some kind of normality for them. We are very much open as a school, and it's frustrating when you hear, the school's closed. I'm here, I'm in every day. I get in to try and deal with my home learners. I'm in at 7 o'clock looking at the work that they've submitted, because their parents are working too. So they're trying to submit work after they've finished their work. So I'll get a flood of work into the evening. Some weekends I then come into work. I've got a son at home that I don't want to impact his life as well. And you're feeling guilty at every element of, am I being a good teacher? Am I being a good sort of a strong person for them at work? Am I being strong for my colleagues, for my home? And we kind of are at breaking point, in the sense that you look at what our senior leadership are having to deal with, and their weekends are not weekend. They're getting another set of things that they need to implement over the weekend, another 15 staff down, because we're trying to do our best, but the nature of our job means that if one person gets it, that triggers off a lot of other people getting track and trace. The rest of society believes that schools are closed, and yet we've got 130, 140 children in, because their parents have to go to work. And so what the implications if one of them's catching it, we still have to try and provide security for those children.
What are you going to carry forward for yourself once we're out of this period, whenever that may be? What are you going to carry forward going, well, actually, do you know, that's something that I've picked up, that's something that I actually like now, that perhaps we should carry on in the future?
The value of face-to-face teaching with children, and the value of it's been a real reminder of why I chose this. There's a reason that people aren't lining up to become teachers. There's a reason that we are short, and every year that people leave it. There are days where it's really tough, but there is so much to love about it. There's so much that you can bring, and having that taken away from you, having that interaction with the children, the really on top of them feedback, that learning point of them saying, now I understand, I'm missing that. Yeah. You're working through your break time. Yes, you're working through assembly that you could have gone and grabbed a cup of tea, but you've sat and you've worked with a child who really values it. And I'm not getting as much of that at the moment. So having that back, I think I'll appreciate it.